Hey, good morning, fam. Good morning. Hope all is well with everybody. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday. Hey, listen, as we're spending time with our family today, I wanted to, because today is purely about family, obviously purely about Christ and things like that, right? But a lot of today is pretty much, spending time with your family, your loved ones, right? And enjoying each other. And while we're doing that, I wanted to have a quick conversation with you guys in reference to planning for your family, right? In reference to generational wealth. And just bear with me. I know it's a holiday, so just bear with me for a second because as we transition into a new year, 2026, I'm coming to realize that a lot of people don't understand what generational wealth is or what it means, right? A lot of people believe that generational wealth is really somebody it's somebody passing away and then they're transferring money over to the next generation, which is a part of it, right? But I believe generational wealth is something that you are able to have and achieve while you're still living, right? I believe generational wealth should be something that you have and you're able to achieve while you're still living. As a matter of fact, I personally believe that generational wealth should start with your children. Generational wealth should start with your children. And I'm going to go over this with you guys real quickly and briefly because, again, I understand it is a holiday today. But if you guys have any question, please feel free to text me at 443-208-5480. That's 443-208-5480, right? Because as I'm sitting down with people, right, they're talking generational wealth, right? And they're talking about, having money or life insurance so that way when they pass away, they could pass on to their children. So in my mind, I'm like, well, why do your children have to wait until you die before they actually start to enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? Think about it. Let's say let's say you pass away at 85. Your child might be 60. Your grandchild might be 30 or 40. Why do they have to wait that long for them to start enjoying the fruits of your labor, right? Why should your children have to wait that long for them to start enjoying, what, let's say, if you would have planned for them earlier? And let me go over that. So, for example, I've been talking to clients and about getting insurance policy for their children early, but not only insurance policies, but getting the children at least $500,000 minimum life insurance, right? And here's my reason why: because that essentially right there is generational wealth, big time. Because you're getting your children started early. Think about it. If you only have a policy for yourself and you pass away at 85, 90, well, your children don't start to receive nothing from you until they are like 60 years old, 65. And then their children have to wait till they pass away before they receive any money. No. If you, for example, right, put $500,000 in place for your child, okay? Now, it obviously is a cash value policy. Now, by the time that child is, let's say, 30 years old, so 6 years after college, that child now will have $200,000 in their cash that they can use to get their life going. They could buy properties. They could probably put out a down payment for an apartment unit that they could rent out. They could start a business, right? At 30 years old, okay? Fast forward, at age 60, that child now has $1 million in there. You know what I'm saying? On cash that they can use, right? So that's something that you put in place for them. And then let's say you ultimately pass away by the time your child is 60, you let's say 85 or 90 years old, okay? That's additional money now that child is getting, okay? But let's remove you passing away. Let's think about creating a plan for the child now. So the child don't have to wait until you pass away to start to live life. So think about it. You get a plan start for them by the time, let's say the child is 5 years old, for example, okay? And then you put money away inside the plan. Now the child is 30 years old. There's $204,000 in their cash that the child can use for whatever. Okay, fast forward, the child now get to age 60. There's $1.1 million in their cash for that child. And mind you, this is at the bare minimum contribution. This is if you don't put no more into it, if the child don't put no more into it, this is just bare minimum contribution that we're talking about here, right? Now, fast forward again, the child is 70. There's $2.2 million in there. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that child that you got this plan started for, do you think that child can now help his child or her child with whatever their child needs based on the plan that you started for them? That is the essence of generational wealth. Compounding and getting started early instead of waiting till somebody dies. You understand? And that's the way I look at it. And this is where I know that a lot of people are confused by generational wealth. It's in their mind is when somebody dies, then they leave money. But that's delayed. That's delayed gratification. You can actually start to build trust fund babies instantly. You can start to build generational wealth instantly if you get a plan for your child and a reasonable plan for your child. A lot of people are walking around with these Gerber plans and these $25,000 policies and these grower plan. You get it at $25,000, your child gets to 18, the plan doubles to $50,000. But that's the insurance. There's no death benefit at all. I mean, there's no cash value built up in that policy at all. You understand? And now think about it. So you get this plan started. Now this is about true generational wealth. You get this plan started for your child. And now your child lives to 90 years old, for example. And your child now passes away. That $500,000 policy that you open for your child ultimately can end up becoming $8 million now that get transferred to that child's children. Okay? I tell this story a lot. Right? And I'm going to wrap it up with this. My mother, who's a nurse, right, had a client who she was taking care of for about 5 years. But before that, another person was taking care of this client for about, let's say another 10 plus years. So that lady, and this is it's a nursing home or whatever, and that is a nursing home or retirement home, one of them, and that lady has been there for over a decade. And that little nursing home that she's in costs her about 10 grand a month. That's $120K a year. And she's been there for over 10 years. So let's just say 10 years, right? That's about 1.2 million, okay, give or take, that she spent in living in that place. And the lady told my mom that even after she passed, her children would get $5 million. Well, why was that person able to live that kind of life or be able to take care of themselves in that situation? Because her parents opened up a policy for her when she was younger. And now that allowed this person to be able to take care of herself when she's older. And not only that, now when she passed away, the children are getting like $5 million. You understand? This is generational wealth. And this is what I think a lot of people do not understand or do not know. They think that generational wealth is, oh, when they pass away, now the children can start now to enjoy life. That's not how this works. That's not how trust fund babies work. You understand? So listen, I'm here to kick you guys some game. I'm here to change the mindset. And listen, a $500,000 policy is next to nothing. The premium for that, the minimum premium for that policy, you guys probably spend that in a day when you step out the house. Okay? Okay? So listen, if you're interested in learning about this, if you're interested in 2026, if you're interested in getting started, getting your children started, you know, in true generational wealth form, right? If you want better for not only your children but your grandchildren, okay? Hey, text me at 443-208-5480. That's 443-208-5480, or you can email me at evolve@titanevolutiongroup.com. Outside of that, listen, hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed Christmas. Talk to y'all soon.